It occurred to me that humpy may not be a common term for people outside my own geographical area. Yes, I can be a bit slow. According to a good old Google search, a humpy or gunya is a small, temporary shelter made from bark and tree branches, traditionally used by Australian Aborigines, with a standing tree usually used as the main support. The word humpy comes from the Jagira language. A Murri people from Kawarpuru in Brisbane. Other language groups would have different names for the structure. Both names were adopted by early white settlers, and now form part of the Australian lexicon. Small impermanent dwellings, made of branches and bark, particularly paperbark, were built prior to the construction of more permanent buildings, and were referred to as humpies. It is sometimes called a lean-to, since it can rely on the tree for support. In South Australia, such a shelter is known as a wurley, possibly from the Kaurna language. In my world, a humpy is a knocked together in a weekend dwelling. Many people in our area live in humpies, much to the dismay of the council. We have little choice as building a house is too costly, and we don't want to move away, as we enjoy the bush lifestyle. There is a star rating system for humpies. A 1-star humpy has a roof, dirt floor and possibly 2 walls, allowing inhabitants to get out of the rain, but is cold in winter, often leading to the installation of a 200-litre fire drum for heating and cooking purposes. Bathing and washing up are carried out with the help of a bucket and a boiler of water on the fire drum. Wastewater is drained directly onto the ground outside. Lighting is provided by candles, gas lamps and torches. The toilet is an outside pit toilet. A 2-star humpy has 3 to 4 walls and carpet laid over the dirt floor or some other floor covering, providing greater protection from the elements, but precluding the addition of a fire drum as the smoke does not dissipate. Such dwellings usually include an old wood-fueled stove someone has previously taken to the dump, which allows for heating, cooking and hot water in boilers on the stove, but still smokes a lot. Bathing facilities are a bathtub in the yard surrounded by the ubiquitous blue tarp and draining directly onto the ground. Bathing water is supplied by bucket and is poured over oneself with a jug from Tupperware if you have any taste at all. Washing up is achieved by having a sink set up on trestle legs with a bucket under the drain hole. Water is bucketed to and from the sink on a regular basis. Lighting is provided by a gas lamp, as it is now too dangerous to have a naked flame in the humpy. The toilet is still an outside pit toilet setup, commonly called a dunny. A 3-star humpy has a raised floor and doors that lock. It has a second-hand wood heater or stove, purchased at a local auction, and most likely has a small solar system allowing for the use of 2 lights in the evening. Bathing consists of an inside bathtub that drains to the outside, perhaps to a banana circle, and has a cold tap to supply water. Bathing is still accomplished by use of a bucket and jug while standing in the bathtub. The kitchen sink is still on trestle legs, but has a cold water tap over it. Wastewater is bucketed out from it. The toilet is still a dunny way down the hill. A 4-star humpy has both a wood stove and a heater, purchased second-hand from the Tender Centre, a local auction house. Has no gaps around the top of walls which allow local wildlife to come and go as they please. And sports a kitchen sink cupboard unit with a cold water tap and a drain to take wastewater to the banana circle. The toilet is a really deep pit, with a permanent building above it fairly close to the humpy, but carefully downhill and downwind. A 5-star humpy has a solar system, which runs lighting and the TV, as well as a computer, and allows the use of a modem for hour-long stretches. The bath has a 12-volt pump attached and has a permanent shower plumbed in, with the height of luxury, hot water supplied to both bath and kitchen sink. Water is heated with either a solar system or a hot water jacket in the bought new fuel stove. 5-star humpies may even be lined with fiber board or plywood. The toilet is a bought compost unit, council approved, installed within meters of the humpy. The photos you are seeing are of our humpy 5 years ago. Can you rate it? Thanks for watching.